Hi there, friends.
Hey.
We just want to share a quick thought with you on this Resurrection Sunday, specifically about the significance of the empty tomb. And you can read the story in Luke 24, where the ladies come to the tomb and they find no body there. And the angel that says, "He's not here, he's risen." He's not here in the way you expected him to be here in the form of a corpse. But he is present in a very different way. And you know, the thing that makes the absence of his corpse so powerful, let's first think about what is it that makes this body so significant. Your physical body is a symbol of your presence. So Maryanne is more than this physical body, but this body is where her presence is most tangible, most acutely experienced. And so if you've ever been to a place where you witnessed or experienced or touched a corpse, you will know that what makes it so powerful is that the symbol has been inverted. The very body that used to be the symbol of their presence now becomes the symbol of their absence. And so this is why the empty tomb is such a powerful story, because we don't have the symbol of Christ's absence. We've got no proof he's not here, and that's kind of what it communicates, is the very message. Everything we've experienced in this person, Jesus, is still present, but in a different form. And Luke continues, the story further on of two disciples walking back to Emmaus. And you can imagine in the early church, people have heard this story about the resurrected Jesus, and they wanted to experience him in that way as well. And Luke is starting to say in this story that the only authentic, real way of experiencing Jesus is not in this physical form. In fact, the two disciples walking back to Emmaus, Jesus joins them, they don't recognize them, and it's only when they sit down for a meal, in the breaking of the bread, their eyes are opened, and in that moment that their eyes are opened, he disappears from their sight. And what he's communicating with that is the only accurate way to recognize Jesus is not as a body outside of yourself, but to recognize that everything you've encountered in him, which is nothing less than the embodiment of God, has now found a home in you. That within this burning heart, the message, the life of God, the embodiment of God comes again and gives itself again to this world. I remember not so long ago, when we were about 18 years old, I just met Maryanne, and we went to visit my parents over a weekend. And one morning I took a coffee to her room. I knocked on the door, went in, and she sat up with eyes as big as saucers. Maybe you should explain what happened there.
So I had a dream, and in that dream I was actually narrating a play, and the actors were acting out, and I was standing at the corner of the stage with a huge Bible open on a podium, and I was narrating the story of the tomb. And as I read the words, he's alive, it was like they were so dead and just meaningless and shallow. And I remember in that moment was like this whirlwind came into the room, and I heard his voice saying, I'm alive in you. And as this whirlwind happened and this voice came, the pages of the Bible were just swirling up, and the reality of his voice booming was actually in me. As I was lying there in the bed, that whirlwind was inside of me, and his voice was saying, I'm alive in you.
Yeah.
You embody my life.
So enjoy this Resurrection Sunday in the awareness that he is risen in you.
Whew.
The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead now dwells in you and gives life to your bodies. Bye-bye.